Matt, it's Sam King who's taken the Academy Player of the Season award. What is it that's impressed you about him this summer?
He's had an excellent summer. He trained well through the winter, and then obviously with the big long lockdown, he came back and sort of continued his progress that he'd made from the winter into the summer. He ended up captaining the side in the under-18 side, and he won us a number of games from not only with the batting at number 6, but also spells with the ball, particularly in the death overs of one-day games. So he's just had an excellent year all round, and his stats have been very good. And as I say, he's acted as a leader within the group and has had a great summer. Yeah,
what does it say about his attitude, I suppose, to be able to lead the side and to have come through all the challenges of this very strange summer?
Yeah, he's been an impressive young man, really. The responsibility of leadership and things like that he's taken on. He's managed the team very well, and also managed his own game, obviously, with his performances that he's put in.
And a player that you'll have seen come through from a very early age as well. How's he developed over that entire period he's been with the club?
Yeah, he's been with us for quite a while. He's a local Nottingham lad, obviously, goes to the high school. And in the last sort of year or two, his cricket has really sort of taken off. He's got a lot taller and a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and is a real athlete, really, which is what you need in the modern game.
Who else has stood out for you this year?
It's been a really good summer, actually. As it was looking like we weren't going to have much cricket, we had 8 to 10 weeks of really sort of competitive one-day cricket, and a number of the lads have shone through the time. I think a couple of the younger lads, Sam Citron and Travis Holland, have performed well for our under-18s as 14-year-olds, which has been great to watch. And also the introduction of those younger players, a young lad called Farhan Ahmed, who's a 12-year-old who played in our 18s as well. There's been a lot of real positives to take out of the summer in the short space of time that we've had.
Yeah, and how impressed were you with how they all coped with it? The restrictions whilst you're playing and the restrictions that led into what was quite a shortened season? Yeah,
initially it was a bit of a challenge, I think, for a lot of them, but I think with a lot of the players playing at their clubs under the same restrictions, that soon the players got used to it, and it was just to them that ended up being a normal game of cricket, and their attitude coming back from obviously quite a long break was excellent. Then they were all sort of really raring to go to get some cricket under the belt before the end of the season.
And it wouldn't have been just the players on the field who had to put the work in. What have you made of the commitment around the club and the game, I suppose, to get those matches on?
It's been great. Our coaching staff have been excellent. The number of hours they put in such a short space of time to get cricket on was excellent. But also the clubs in Nottinghamshire have been very supportive of us hosting games at short notice. And they've been really welcoming and wanting as much cricket to be played, which has been fantastic.
It must have made it quite satisfying personally to actually be able to see some cricket in the end this year.
Yeah, it was, and sort of putting a season together in 2 weeks is something we haven't done before, but we managed to get a lot of cricket played in a short space of time, which was excellent. And I think people's sort of attitude to cricket was suddenly like, it's great, it's a wonderful thing having 3 months of no cricket, suddenly be able to play, and a lot of lads were playing with a lot more sort of smile on their face rather than, I wouldn't say taking it too seriously, but that enjoyment factor was the starting point, I think, and continued through the 8-10 week season we had.
And also when it comes to the professional game, to the Notts players who've been out here on the field, how does it inspire that academy group to have seen the likes of Jake Ball going on to win trophies and do so well this year, Lyndon James making his mark again as a graduate in the setup?
It's great, and you've got Lyndon and Joey in the last couple of years who have moved on from academy cricket into the professional game, which has been fantastic to watch, and it's all credit to them of how hard they've worked. Another great thing was a few of the academy lads had a great opportunity to play in a warm-up game before the final, which was fantastic. So Sammy King, Kandil and Fateh Singh all played in that game, which was a great experience, playing at Trent Bridge with the champions of the 220 Blast, which was great to see.